Welcome back to Partnerships Unraveled, the podcast where we unravel the mysteries about channels and partnerships on a weekly basis. My name is Efe, and I'm excited to introduce today's special guest, Dave. Dave, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Efe. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to dive in the new Partner Connect program, Akamai's new partner program. But before we dive into that, Dave, I would love for you to give us an introduction, tell us who you are and where you come from.
Sure. Again, my name is Dave Allen. I'm Vice President of Geo Sales and Partner Sales here at Akamai. I'm based in Massachusetts, near our headquarters at Akamai, near Cambridge, Massachusetts. So at Akamai, I'm responsible for a few things. One is our overall partner sales and go-to-market motion. And then I'm also responsible for new customer acquisition. So again, thanks for having me on your podcast. It's a privilege.
Thanks again for joining us. Could you tell us about the new Partner Connect program? From what I heard, you redesigned the program ground up. If you were to explain the new program to a prospective partner, what is truly different today?
Yeah. So, let me just start with, at Akamai, our go-to-market approach is and has been with partners. And we can get into different types of partners in a moment. But the new Partner Connect program is really intended, based on a lot of input and surveys from our partners, of just being easier to do business with and to create incentives that are lucrative to our partners, that attract new partners, incent our existing partners to work more closely with us. But in large part, it's streamlined partner agreements. It is recognizing regional partnerships, not just on a global basis as far as tiering. And then it's also just improving our overall enablement and engagement with partners. So net is just a more streamlined approach to engage with our partners and attract new ones.
I would love to double down on incentives specifically. How are you using incentives to reward new business and also partner added value? And also, what specific partner behavior are you trying to drive with the incentives?
Yeah, first and foremost, we're really incenting our partners to help us with sourcing new opportunities for new customers that don't do business with Akamai today, but also new opportunities within our existing customers. And so our incentives are really around partners that bring us into new opportunities, again, in new and existing customers via the traditional deal reg process. So that's one part of it. We're also aligning our incentives around our high growth use cases where we see customers engaging Akamai through our partners again, particularly around security and compute. So examples would be around ransomware protection, and that's with our product suite called Guardicore, which is around microsegmentation. One of the fastest growing areas for Akamai and security is also around API security. So we have a lot of incentives around partners who help us develop new pipeline. And then also the last part of the incentive program is around partners that are truly value add, that will complement our products with their services. So, it could be consultative services, certainly implementation, and the partners that provide managed services as well. So high growth areas, high growth products and use cases, and partners that provide services.
You mentioned compute as one of the key growth areas for your business. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Dave, but I remember you saying that compute is the fastest growing business segment for Akamai. And if I also heard that you made major moves in the space over the last few years. Can you tell me about what gaps are you seeing in that space and why is it such a big opportunity for Akamai?
Sure. Yeah, Akamai is still, most well known for our content delivery. We're a $2.3 billion security company, but we did enter the compute segment about 4 years ago with the acquisition of a company called Linode. And we've spent, considerable amount of capital expense to develop our capabilities in the compute space. So, and we entered the compute space based on requests from our customers who are really struggling with the expense of compute itself, as well as really areas in which they looked at Akamai as a differentiator to help them in their compute journey. So let me give a little bit more detail on that. Akamai's secret sauce or differentiator has always been around edge computing. Think of that as delivering and creating content closest to the end users that need to receive that content. So when you think about internet content, that's content delivery. When you think about security, it's securing at the edge. and points of presence to make sure that we can get a leg up, if you will, on what the bad guys are doing in terms of trends. And you think about compute, and it's the same concept, which is, when you think about compute and virtual machines and containers and now GPU access, it is more cost effective to be able to create applications at the edge and be able to deliver that application data at the edge and save on costs such as egress costs. So a number of our customers are saving substantial amount of money, particularly in egress costs, as compared to the traditional compute providers. And so you're absolutely right. It's the fastest growing part of Akamai's business, and we continue to innovate and attract new customers in that segment.
That sounds amazing. I want to shift to a different subject because I want to talk about how in the new partner program you mentioned that you moved from global to regional tiering, which I really love the sound of that. What was the thinking behind it? First of all, actually, maybe could you explain like what do you mean by regional tiering for your partners, and also explain the decision, the thinking behind that decision, and how does it change the way Akamai partners experience the program?
Yeah, so most vendors, most companies will have a tiering program in which to recognize the contributions of their partners. And we moved to a regional tiering basis, and looking at it from say North America or from LATAM, et cetera. Based on the growing number of different types of partners that we have in each of those geos. And so we've really said goodbye to that one size fits all global top down view of tiering, and really recognizing in each geo, there's different partners that will help us support those customers. We've also changed the way that we're calculating the tiering. So, it used to be, really focused more on revenue. Now it's around who are the partners that are bringing us into new opportunities? Who are the partners, again, that are providing value add and services? Some partners are services only. So we really had to reconstitute how we think about our tiering and make sure that it's applying for both of the complementary approach that our partners are providing, but also the different types of partners by geo. And it's just a better way to make sure that we are being fair and equitable, but also really investing in those partners who are really make a difference in each of those geos.
I really love that initiative, and I'm sure also Akamai partners really appreciate it as well. There's another initiative that you talked about, which is you launched a program to connect Akamai's regional leaders directly with their partner counterparts. Can you talk to me about what kind of impact are you seeing from those regional relationships, and also how are they shaping the way you support your partners?
Yeah, we're really excited about this, and it's frankly just one of the things that just seems so obvious, but not many vendors do it. But we are absolutely focused on this. So, what does this mean? Um, Customers do business with people and companies that they trust, have relationships with, and really understand their business. And partners are the same thing. You have to invest in partner relationships. You think about especially the larger partners. They have hundreds of vendors and suppliers all vying for their time, all looking to scale and grow with those partners. And you have to invest in not just the executive level relationships, but at the regional level with those salespeople, technical salespeople, marketing, product, et cetera, that are closest to the customers and prospective customers we want to work with. And so, at Akamai, it's everybody is about partners. And so, we've got regional leaders from all different parts of our company that are building relationships at a regional level, particularly with our focus and strategic partners, to just stay top of mind, to help with enablement, understanding, our partner's business, not saying things just through the Akamai lens. And it's really made a difference to help propel our key partnerships forward and help our joint growth.
You mentioned that at Akamai, it's you have that partner first mentality truly, but I feel like there's still some people who might have the misconception that Akamai is direct first. I think that idea maybe still lingers among some partners, some players out there. What's your message to the partners who are still unsure if Akamai truly shifted to that partner first mentality?
Yeah, I mean, my cheeky response is this isn't 2005, right? And so, Akamai has had a partner program for 25 years. It is true that, in our early days, Akamai was opportunistic with partners, particularly around our product set that was very proprietary. But certainly, as we've been in the security space, which is now 15 years, in the compute space, 4+ years, the go-to-market motion is absolutely with and through partners. Whether Akamai sources the opportunity, whether the partner does, obviously we're wedded to that partner that brings us into an opportunity. But we have made substantial investments in our partner organization, our compensation to our field teams, to our enablement, our partner portals, et cetera, et cetera. And we're very proud of that, but we also know we have more work to do. But I do want to give this an example of that. We pay our field sales teams more to sell through a partner, even if Akamai develops that opportunity, than if they were to sell directly. So that's one. Two, we also pay our field teams if a partner is adding services. And so if the partner is adding services, we're paying our reps, our sales folks, and our technical sales folks based on that, because we absolutely don't want any conflict of interest. That we recognize our partners adding services is a value add to our customers, and frankly, it helps us retain and grow those customers over time. And I would say that the last thing is this is a top-down mentality from Akamai, from our CEO on down. We go as fast and as quickly as our partners will take us, and so it's all hands on deck. So we recommend anybody that's got that legacy stigma at Akamai to take a look at us again and see what we can do to work with you.
Well, I love to hear that the company has shifted so significantly over the years. We are a partner first podcast. We love that mentality. Another thing that I love is distribution. I want to talk about that for a second because I think that distribution is going to play a significant role in the new program. Can you talk to me about the idea behind how will distribution play a role in the new Akamai partner program?
So Akamai has embraced distribution for some time, but we are more tightly aligning with distribution, I would say, in 2026, and our new Partner Connect program reflects that. So examples would be, we recognize again that we need to cast a wider net, particularly in new customer acquisition, and distribution partners can help us do that. I'd love to double the size of my partner team, but resources are finite. But distribution is a great way to help with attracting new partners, supporting existing partners, enablement efforts. But there's one specific area that I think is a highlight that's really, really important, and that is, certain distribution partners that we're working with, like Arrow, will help with, partners that want to be able to do a demo of certain solutions that Akamai has. So these partners can take advantage of the distribution organization's resources versus having to come to Akamai directly to be able to do demos or even a POC and other technical services. That's a real value add and differentiator that our distribution partners are providing. And frankly, it helps us scale without tapping out on certain resources. So all in, we're embracing distribution at a much greater degree, certainly in North America, APJ, and the other geos as well.
Well, it sounds super exciting, Dave. The things that you're working on, the new partner program looks fresh. Looks like you really put partners first. You really thought about how to make Akamai partners as happy, as successful as possible. I have one last question before I let you go. That is, we always end the podcast by asking our guests to nominate the next guest on the podcast. Who did you have in mind?
Well, it's Michael McCullough. He's the global channel chief at Mimecast, a good friend of mine, way more dynamic and better looking than I am. So Michael McCullough would be my choice.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Dave, for joining us. Thank you for this great conversation. And Michael, if you're listening, I'll be reaching out to you and hope we can get you on the podcast soon. Thank you for listening and see you in the next episode.
Thanks very much.